Hello again, you extraordinary subscribers. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel. So, had a good weekend. That's putting it mildly. We had a great weekend, guys. We had a busy weekend. We had a lucrative weekend because, as you guys know, this past Friday, we listed 26 new properties in Taos County, and we sold 26 new properties in Taos County on the first day. That's not completely true. One stuck around until Saturday, but we round off for conversational purposes. The point is, guys, we sold out of all the new lots very quickly. And I believe most all, if not all, of the buyers were subscribers either to our YouTube channel or our email blast or both. And this brings me to a story. So frequently we get calls from people asking when we're going to have land in such and such a region, and most commonly those questions are about Taos County. People either say Taos County or they name the exact subdivision they want to buy land in, whatever, Tres Piedras, Carson Estates, etc. And typically, because the next listings are always at some undetermined date in the future, my pat response is basically, like, well, we're always buying and selling in these regions, so we should, have more coming up soon. Subscribe to our email blast, and, you'll be alerted when we debut new properties. And typically, I can't pinpoint the exact date, so that answer has the additional benefit of being true, right? So, anyway, last Wednesday, a woman called asking, when are you going to have more land in Tres Piedras? And I'm like, oh my God, this must be kismet. You're calling it the perfect time, because let me tell you, in literally 2 days from now, this Friday, I'm going to be listing 26 new lots, most of them in Tres Piedras. Check back on the website on Friday. And then I explained that it's rare for us to even be able to buy in that kind of bulk out there anymore, and she's really calling it the perfect time, and you should subscribe to our email blast because it's going to go out at midnight, blah, blah, blah. And then I say the thing I don't really like to say because I feel it makes me sound like a salesman, and I'm going to guess anyone who's watched more than a minute of one of these videos realizes that that is a strand of DNA I absolutely do not possess, but I tell her, these things tend to sell quickly, and however much land 26 individual parcels may sound like, they will most likely all be sold out by noon. Well, anyway, she yeses me to death, and we hang up, and I go about my life. 2 days later, Friday, she calls back around 2 o'clock. Hey, you told me you were going to list new properties today. I don't see any. Well, first off, I don't understand how you don't see them, but then I have to break the news that we sold out, like I specifically said we would. Now, at that point in the day, we still had 2 lots. We still had 2 lots left, and I encouraged her, if you're really interested, you should probably buy one sooner than later because, once again, they sell quickly. She then asked if I thought that she had time to drive out to the land and take a look at it in person, and I said, I absolutely do not think you have that much time, to which she responded, I'm going to drive out there tomorrow. Now, let me say this, people. I have lived a life in which I have been both frequently correct and seldom regarded, so I should be used to this. It is, however, still very frustrating. When someone tells you they want to do something, you tell them the best way to do it, they don't listen, get upset, agree they should have listened to you, then you give them additional advice, which they explain they're also not going to listen to. It's like, what am I talking to you for? The point, guys, is if you're watching this video right now and you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, you should subscribe. Because quite frankly, what does it hurt, right? I mean, it's an excellent time killer. On a very basic level, guys, it's an excellent way to stave off the darkness and the constant reminder of the all too rapid passage of time and your own mortality. But aside from that, it does actually serve a benefit, however difficult that may be to believe, which is that some of these properties sell quickly, and it's good to have a heads up when we list things you might be interested in. Hemingway, that was pretty dark. Yeah, I know. Keep it light, people, keep it light. But the point is, subscribing does have a benefit, as I saw from the names of all the buyers that came through on the payment receipts this past weekend. So with that said, segue, special thanks to all our loyal customers. So, over the past week, guys, actually this is 2 weeks worth because we didn't do this last week, but within the past 2 weeks, guys, we have sold land. First up in the state of Nevada in Elko County to Eusebio. Purchased one of our properties out there. We will be closing through title and escrow with him. Looking forward to that. Back in the state of New Mexico, we sold some land in Socorro County. The 2-acre property sold to Laney. The 5-acre property sold to Rachel. Thanks to them, hoping to have more out there soon as well. In Valencia County, sold some land to Mauricio and Jasmine, Nicole and Xavier. And finally, guys, in Taos County, all of these people are return customers, many of whom purchased more than one property, so special thanks to the following: Jen, Adam, Kevin, Logan, Charles, Megan, Karen, Seth and Stephanie, a second Stephanie, 2 Stephanies, and Michael, our very first buyer from Australia. So once again, special thanks to all of those people. With all that said, people, going live on the website this week, we are back in Arizona in boom! Yes, the northeast part of the state in Apache County, people, with some new properties and a new subdivision. More specifically, the Hacienda San Juan subdivision, where we have not one, not two, but rather three new listings, each roughly 1 acre in size, priced at $7,000 each. Let's go to the map, people. So the properties we're talking about today are not terribly far from the last group that we listed. Of course, those were over here in Concho by the Concho Lake, and these today are located about 20 minutes east, just right outside the county seat of St. John's. Of course, St. John's is a quaint small town, boasting a population of roughly 3,500 people with easy access to some government services, some medical facilities, groceries, and supply stores. And of course, it's a good example of how diverse and inclusive the community is. They not only have grocery stores for people, but also grocery stores for cows. That's a joke, people. My infectious sense of humor aside, it is worth noting that whatever groceries and supplies you can't find here, you will be able to find in Show Low, roughly about 45 minutes west in neighboring Navajo County. So the properties we're debuting today are located right here, just a few miles west of St. John's, in this carved-out region you see on the map, which is the Hacienda San Juan subdivision. Now, as you guys can see, this is a pretty small subdivision, occupying a distance of only about 2 miles east to west, but it does actually have a lot of nice features, a lot more than I expected, and a lot more than we typically find with undeveloped land. Most notably, all of these properties we're featuring today, and seemingly the entire subdivision really, has paved road access, power at the lot line, and underground utilities. And of course, when you have these things, it means you have neighbors, and if you eyeball the map here, you will see a number of developed home sites scattered about the sub. And of course, one of the nice things about there being so many people who have already settled the land out here is that they tend to have already erected fences, which means on these properties you'll find that at least 1 or 2 boundaries of the parcel have already been defined for you, which may provide some savings on a potential boundary survey. Finally, guys, I will tell you that all of these properties are located on the exact same street in the subdivision, and if you're wondering how we happen to get 3 lots on the same street, well, as I said earlier, it's a small subdivision. Whatever the case, that's my way of saying that these are all largely interchangeable, save for a very few minor exceptions. That said, just to give you a sense of each parcel and its general surroundings, I'll refer you now to the drone overlays, which will show you the first property, located in the middle of the road with some neighbors on the back end. The second property, which I suppose is ever so slightly more removed, and the third property, which just happens to sit adjacent to the last property I showed you, and which boasts the distinguishing characteristic of being a corner lot. Anyway, guys, I will let you peruse the photo galleries on your own time, but I will wrap up by reminding you that, as usual, we are offering, say it with me, people, easy financing. That's not obnoxious, on all 3 of these 1 acre lots. Of course, $7,000 is the cash price, but we're also making these available for $3,000 down with $250 a month and 180 days, same as cash. And of course, as is the SOP here at Hemingway Land, copies of land contracts are linked on each listing page. With all that said, people, going live on the website next week, we are back in the Rocky Mountain State with a very cool property I teased a few weeks ago that I think everyone is definitely going to want to check out. Anyway, that is my time. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in next week's video.